Emotions. Can't live with them. Can't just turn them off because we're not robots. Yet. Inside Out 2. The sequel to the surprise hit about a young girl and her 5 core emotions: joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust. A quick recap of the first film. Originally, joy, the girl Riley's first emotion, was kind of bossy, and especially didn't like Joy messing around with Riley's emotions. So she tried to keep sadness locked away, barely tolerating disgust, anger, and fear for the most part. Until one day, some core memories got accidentally chucked into the back of Riley's mind, where they are eventually forgotten and fade away. And it was up to Joy and Sadness to get the memories back and ensure that Riley maintained her emotional center. And Joy, over the course of the journey, allowed Sadness to be a part of things, because, as it turns out, we can't be joyful all the time. It's just not healthy. In order to be well-rounded individuals, we need all our emotions. And so, the emotions started working together instead of working against one another, and Riley ultimately evolved. Now, a couple years later, Riley is a teenager, and with puberty comes new emotions. Embarrassment, envy, ennui or boredom, and the star of the show, anxiety. Oh boy, if I had to deal with this crazy thing I can't say on camera. Oh, and we get a special cameo from Nostalgia a couple times in the film. But nostalgia is meant for when you're older. I can feel my nostalgia knocking at the back of my head, too. Anyway, unfortunately, anxiety is the way Joy used to be. She wants to be in control, and she wants to protect Riley from perceived threats. Unfortunately, that means trying to be one of the cool kids and abandoning her current friends. And what's more, she goes so far as to throw Riley's sense of self, a personal belief system, out the window and into the back of Riley's head, where Joy has been sending a lot of negative memories, and it's up to all the original emotions except for Sadness, who has snuck back into Riley's control center in order to recall everybody once they get the sense of self back. And over the course of the adventure, they learn that Riley needs to not only evolve herself, but evolve her core beliefs, which takes some time. And we find out what happens when anxiety is left in the control center for too long on her own. Now, the original film hit me on so many levels. This one scene involving Riley's imaginary friend, ooh boy, talk about waterworks. But it was a good kind of hurt. It was happy and sad at the same time. Yes, it was sappy. And we get moments like that here too. Only things are more complex now that Riley's getting older. And the core emotions find out that things aren't always that simple. Sometimes things are difficult, but worth the struggle. And ultimately, all the emotions come together to help Riley become a better version of herself. But I don't want to spoil too much of it, so you'll just have to see the film yourself. It's still in theaters, and it's even streaming in places, so check it out. Overall, this was a good sequel, and I highly recommend you see both films back to back. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you that there's no such thing as a negative emotion. It's just how you process it that could be good or bad. Remember, we change over time, but as long as we remember our past selves, our future selves are going to be okay. Because we are a different person from moment to moment. Either evolve or fade away. Try to get in touch with your emotions, folks. That's the only way to truly be healthy.